At the start of Game 1, Michael gave everyone reason to believe that his excellence would prevail. But John Starks is, after all, now a member of the NBA's all-defensive team. As he slowed down Jordan, his own confidence level rose. And in the fourth quarter, it overflowed with 4 three-pointers. A disbelieving Jordan was visibly frustrated, while Patrick Ewing expressed his appreciation. Michael Jordan has acknowledged defeat in Game 1. Game 2 is next.
And Knicks family, what is popping with you? Thank you for joining me this evening. And yes, we are going to review the New York Knicks versus the Chicago Bulls in Game 2 of the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals, ladies and gentlemen. And believe me, this was a serious game. Serious game and a serious moment for the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you right now, I was under the impression that the Knicks were going to the NBA Finals and were going to win the NBA Finals. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, it did not happen because of the mighty, mighty Bulls. Michael Jordan and the mighty, mighty Bulls. Let's not forget that. But I'm here. I'm glad you're here to join it with me, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you to sit back, get your popcorn, be ready to enjoy as we break down, as we watch together and break it down just a little bit. The Knicks versus the Bulls in Game 2 of the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, you are definitely going to like this one. Go ahead and get this thing popping. Big shout out to all you guys for being in here, man. I appreciate you guys for being in here with me today. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pop, man. Let's get it.
That's the G.
To Game 1 on Sunday, and the one stat that really haunts the Bulls was the lack of work off the boards. The Knicks out-rebounded the Bulls. They dominated the Bulls in the rebounding department to the tune of 48-28.
The Bulls come in as a fierce rebounding team. In fact, best in the league in defensive rebounding, and they were severely hurt in that department, Marv. And it was not only the big men of the Knicks, but it was people like John Starks who did a big job for the Knicks on the boards. Of course, Charles Smith and Charles Oakley did a big job also after a Ewing miss at one point in the game. But Starks was forever around the boards himself, even fighting Ewing at one point and coming up with the ball. And then off a Doc Rivers drive, Charles Oakley was there to finish it up as usual, so tough on the offensive boards. For the totals of the game, as you mentioned, Marv, it was 48-28 in favor of the Knicks, but the offensive rebounding is what really hurt Chicago, an area that they usually excel in, and they were out-rebounded 15-10 by the Knicks in that department. That's got to change for the Bulls.
And a side issue to the series, the psyche of Scottie Pippen coming off the poor playoff performance against the Knicks a year ago, but Scottie Pippen came out in very aggressive fashion in Game 1.
Yes, he wanted to announce to the Knicks and the rest of the viewing world that he wasn't going to be pushed around in that game the other day. He got into a scuffle with Charles Oakley under the basket at one point, gave a little bit out to Charles. Charles came up strong and stood up to Pippen, who also stood up strong. Later in the game, in what Phil Jackson thought was the key play of the game, Rivers was killed, knocked over by Pippen. Jackson thought it was no foul. It was a foul, but not a flagrant, which is what the Knicks wanted. And then a little follow-up to that play was Charles Smith rushing up against Pippen, which led to some glaring. Pippen is not an explosive type personality, so nothing happened off that play. And later on in the game, Scottie Pippen showed that the three-point shot was not going to be exempt from his game, and he had one that night. 24 points was okay, Marv, but the rebounding and assists were half of his season total, and the turnovers were double his normal season total. They have to change.
And Scotty says he won't allow the Knicks' tactics to affect him during the course of this series.
And let me say something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get back to this in just 1 second. Scottie Pippen, you know, there was always something with Scottie Pippen. I don't know what it was. There was always something with Scottie Pippen. It always seemed like Scottie was, you know, he had the headaches and all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It always seemed like Scottie was a little bit afraid. Needless to say, Scottie Pippen is a great, great player, but, you know, always seemed like he was a little bit afraid. And I remember vividly, ladies and gentlemen, vividly do I remember Charles Smith. Oh, my gosh, Charles Smith. He made me so mad. You know, the Knicks picked up Charles Smith thinking that Charles Smith was going to be the guy to take him over the top. I can't say. You know, Charles Smith reminds me a lot of Bobby Portis of the New York Knicks today. You know, he'd be right there and couldn't finish the layup. Kind of like what Bobby Portis does today. Anyway, let's get to the starting lineups. All right, we'll go ahead and get to the starting lineups in the first quarter. And, you know, I'll rejoin you after I'm going to watch the first quarter with you or some of the first quarter. You know, we'll get a chance to step in and talk a little bit. All right. But let's go ahead and get this thing going, man. The Knicks, the Bulls, 1993. Game 2, the Eastern Conference Finals, man. Let's rock with it. Let's make this thing happen.
Scottie Pippen. At forward at 6'10" from Clemson, number 54, Horace Grant. And at center at 7'1" from San Francisco, number 24, Bill Cartwright. The trainer is Chip Schaefer. Assistant coaches John Hott, Jim Clemens, and Tex Winter. And the head coach, Phil Jackson.
I really don't like that Go New York Go, man. I really don't.
Yesterday, he's certainly concerned that Michael Jordan will take his Game 1 performance personally, and the media critiques will also fuel him for tonight. We talked about that with Pat.
We're going to come and play our game the way we played it all year long. Michael's a great player, and I'm sure he will come hard to try to make up for how he has been perceived in the press the last couple of days. And we're going to gear up to try to hold the Chicago Bulls down, in an area where we can win the game. And if he comes and gets 50 and we win, we could care less. So I don't know what his game plan is personally, but I know that he'll probably come and work harder at taking the ball to the bucket.
It seems that Michael always wants to let his teammates into the game before he cooks, as he did the other day. Marv, it would seem to me that Michael will not want to be as patient with his teammates tonight. I would look for him to go early and go strong in the offensive end of things.
Michael also,
to be honest with you, who was not afraid that Michael Jordan was going to come back and just have a monstrous game? I mean, anyone who watched Michael Jordan play just knew exactly what he was and what he would do and how he used anything to fuel him. Anything.
Upper Deck Company. Nobody does basketball like Upper Deck. And the New York Knicks control the opening tip. Doc Rivers met on the switch momentarily and gets it over to John Starks. Charles Smith getting position, facing the double team. And it's an open shot for Patrick Ewing. Loose ball foul is called against the Knicks. A push assessed to Charles Smith.
One of these statistics that I think the press failed to harp on, Marv, was that the Knicks shot in the first game 55% and the Bulls 43%. The Knicks want to certainly duplicate that high shooting percentage again if they can.
Bill Cartwright working down low. The Bulls want Cartwright to get into it early. He was not able to get into it at all on Sunday.
That is one of the predictable patterns of the Bulls. They'll go to Cartwright early to do just that.
And as we look down the road with the Knicks having the decisive advantage off the boards on Sunday, we can look for a bit more of Scott Williams as Oakley buries the jumper to tie the game at 2. There is the feeling that Scottie Pippen will move to the backcourt and Scott Williams will come on to bang. Here's Grant working inside. And Starks hustles it down. Ewing going right at Cartwright, and it's tipped home. The Knicks 4, and the Bulls 2. Ewing able to tip it home.
A most unusual effort type tip-in by Ewing.
The chant of defense. Pippen played tightly by Smith.
This is what you expect. Jordan to use his superior height and strength over Starks as much as he can. So he goes low and posts up John successfully.
So the game is tied at 4 as Michael Jordan is able to hit on his first field goal attempt. Starks for 3. Rebound Ewing off the fake. Knicks 6. The Bulls 4.
Ewing's instincts are so wise early by taking the ball to the rim and not backing away.
Patrick Ewing got off to the good start the other day. Here is Jordan. Rebound back tap. Jordan around Ewing, and he is fouled. Foul committed by Charles Oakley.
So right away, we see Jordan involved almost every time at the offensive end for the Bulls. He is not going to wait for the game to come to him. He's going to try in his Jordan-like way to take control of this game from the outset.
And as announced earlier, Charles Barkley winning Most Valuable Player honors. Hakeem Olajuwon second, Michael Jordan third, and Patrick Ewing was a distant 4th in the battling. They double up on Rivers, so pressure right at the start. The ball was knocked out of bounds by Armstrong. One of the main concerns of the Knicks coaching staff, the 24 turnovers committed on Sunday, their highest total of the playoffs, with 13 of those turnovers, as Pat Riley said, unforced. Smith gets inside, and Jordan with the rebound. The game is tied at 6. Jordan fires down, but Pippen could not hold on.
Pass was delivered perfectly to Pippen.
Let's see how the Bulls played in terms of pressure. They will throw it on and off they use the element of surprise when they go with the trap. Rivers for three. Yes. Doc Rivers surprised Michael Jordan.
Doc Rivers, with his veteran status, is not intimidated by Michael.
That will count. It's a goaltend off a beautiful move by Jordan.
Well, it's the sense of here he comes again. Michael, in his unique way, finding a way to the basket.
And I remember
again.
when Patrick Ewing was in college, man, and John Thompson had Patrick Ewing. The first shot of every game, he told him, block it, throw it into the stands, simply for intimidation. That's what Ewing used to do. That was in college. Didn't really do that in the NBA, but he did that in college. Still in the NBA, he blocked a lot of shots, man. He was an intimidator down there. He played on the ball, off the ball. Ewing was a warrior.
Horace Grant coming back from the sprained ankle. Jordan was pushed, and he'll go to the line. Foul committed by John Starks. That is his first.
Marv, what we are seeing here right now in the opening 4 minutes of this game is the play of Michael Jordan and the Bulls. I mean, he is the offense so far.
And he's tied the game at 9. Well, Phil Jackson on many an occasion has said he would prefer if the scoring is distributed because he feels over the long haul it is not good for the ball club if Jordan does too much scoring. But in this particular situation where the Bulls try to tie the series at 1, foul called. Crawford indicating the foul, a hold on Grant. In this situation, not that it's desperation time, it's only game 2 of the best of 7, but the Bulls would certainly feel better going back to Chicago with the series even at 1. Here's Smith taking the pass from Oakley and laying it in, and the Knicks lead by 1. Perhaps Phil Jackson does not mind that Michael Jordan will dominate.
Yes, Phil prefers winning, that's for sure. And Michael is the one single player in this league who can kind of do it by himself.
What a tip by Pippen. Scottie Pippen slamming it home to give the Bulls a 12-11 lead.
Against this on-again, off-again pressure that the Bulls are presenting to the Knicks after the Bulls score, the Knicks are giving different looks. Here's another look at that Pippen follow. Kind of made that look rather incidental. He was up so high. But the Knicks are having 4 different people now bring the ball up court.
4 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Charles Smith had the strong game on Sunday, putting the moves on Horace Grant, getting it out to Charles Oakley. And it's Smith able to chase it down. Starks with the duck under move. Feeds Oakley, and he's fouled. Scottie Pippen called for his first.
Well, the move was initiated by Starks faking out Jordan, getting around him, and then doing what he's learned to do in his continuing involvement as a player in the NBA, and that is to give the ball up after he has the full thrust to the basket. He doesn't necessarily have to force the shot, and he gave it up to Oakley at the end of the move.
Charles Oakley on the line for the first time. Charles has come on strong in the playoffs, averaging just under 12 points per game as opposed to his regular season average, just under 7, increasing the rebounds, and he's received more playing time, averaging 34.5 minutes per game on Sunday. And in game 1, Charles did not do it offensively, only 2 out of 5 from the field, but he had 14 rebounds. The game is tied at 12. Steps out against Armstrong.
Mean travel.
On Grant. Jordan for 3.
That was a mean travel by Grant that they missed.
From downtown, the Bulls 15 and the Knicks 12, and Jordan has 11 of the Bulls 15 points. 5 minutes gone by.
Leonard Lee, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You're trying to keep us Knicks fans intrigued and interacting together during this time, man. Trying to stay together. How much better than to watch Knicks in the good old days?
And And we will see Scott Williams in just a moment. We'll check in, replacing Grant. Nice pass. Ewing for Smith.
That's the advantage that Charles Smith enjoys over Scottie Pippen. 3+ inches in height, and he made the most of it.
The Bulls by 1. The call away from the ball. It's on Smith, reaching it up high. Timeout has been taken. That's number 2 on Smith. Michael Jordan opening up fast. He's hit 3 out of 4, 11 points in all. We'll be right back. Saw some of Doc Rivers' theatrical skills, a play of contention back in game 1 when Doc Rivers was fouled by Scottie Pippen. The Knicks thought it should be a flagrant foul. In fact, Doc took that hard fall, and here is his explanation.
We know how to act a little bit also. We were struggling emotionally at that time. Scottie Pippen's hit me hard. First of all, you lay down to try to draw a flagrant foul. You lay down there long enough, the ref might feel bad and say, oh, that has to be a flagrant. The guy's dying out there. But it didn't work. So then I got up and I jumped up, for the crowd, to get the crowd into the game. And that works sometimes.
Yes, a fine effort by Doc.
Look how young Doc Rivers looked there, man. Young Doc Rivers. Super young.
20 remaining in this first quarter. Anthony Mason has come on for the first time. Patrick Ewing hits from long range. The Knicks with a 16-15 lead. Ewing has 6 points. The matchup is Mason and Pippen. Scott Williams has come on for Horace Grant, who had picked up his 2nd foul. Here's Pippen off the weave, fouled by Ewing. Scottie Pippen will go to the line. The Knicks are now over the foul limit. The Bulls have 3 team fouls.
Well, Michael Jordan having a very big first quarter, Marv, brings back the memory of last year, Game 2 playoff game against the Knicks in Chicago. Michael had 15 consecutive points in the first quarter of that game, which established a Bulls team record. Here tonight, he's trying to duplicate that effort. Knicks got them first last year and surprised them as they did this year, so Michael's trying to recreate history once again.
Scottie Pippen only a 66% free throw shooter. It's 1 out of 2 to tie the game at 16. Light pressure shown by the Bulls. Starks gives it back up. Ewing off the spin. Yes.
Beautiful spin
The
move
Knicks
from
18, the
Patrick
Bulls 16.
Such a beautiful move from Patrick Ewing.
Jordan with lots of room. Rebounded by Pippen.
3-point shots bring long rebounds. Fortunately for the Bulls, it went into the right hands.
Jordan with the step. Michael Jordan thought he was fouled. On the other side of the picture, Patrick Ewing.
What a move, man. What a move. That guy was just ridiculous.
Michael with 13, and the game is tied at 18.
Michael's known for his grace, but that was some power move.
Oakley, that was deflected short. Rivers got to it and drew the foul. Foul committed by Bill Cartwright.
See how fast Ewing got the ball out of his hands, man. Ewing was not heralded for his passing, but he was a pretty good passing center. You know what I mean? He was a pretty good passing center. As you see Michael Jordan with the nice double pump. Missed some hard-nosed defense as Doc Rivers knocks down the first free throw. Michael Jordan with the patented holding his hands on his knees.
Rivers did not have a good first half in game 1. Greg Anthony came on and played well in a short stint, and then Doc gave the club a lift in the second half.
As Doc was sent to the bench with a couple of early turnovers, he wasn't handling the Bulls' pressure well, but he certainly answered back in the second half.
Jordan on a pull-up. Rebound swept by Mason. 4.5 remaining in this first quarter. sliced through, setting up Ewing. Oakley with the rebound. And his pass broken up by Jordan. Beautiful play by Michael Jordan as it kicked off the leg of Charles Oakley.
Spike Lee got in the way of Jordan coming up court. Spike, of course, did many commercials with Michael, but Spike's a known Knicks fan, so Michael fouled him off.
Scott Williams with it. Williams up front now with Cartwright and Pippen. Shot clock at 4. Jordan. And Starks gets to it. John Starks going back to the severe hand-checking style so successful on Sunday. Mason. The Knicks 22, the Bulls 18.
Scott Williams has better come to life and have a presence under those boards. Phil Jackson can't be happy.
Phil Jackson will talk it over.
Use good sense when you drink and know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser.
Well, Jerry Seinfeld on hand at courtside along with.
And you see all the stars, you know, the stars of the day sitting there at the Garden. And just imagine what it's going to be like when the Knicks finally get back to this level, man. When the Knicks get back to this level, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy with the amount of star power that's already at the Garden, but that's going to be at the Garden. The fans are going to be wild. It's coming, y'all. We just got to stay with it. Stay in it and stay with it. It's coming. I promise you, it is coming.
That's our first check around the celebrity areas here at the Garden tonight.
Not bad for a beginning.
The Knicks playing well here at the start. 3:30 remaining in this first quarter. The Knicks have hit 9 of 16 from the field. They lead 22-18. The Bulls 6 of 12. Jordan 4 of 8. Jordan with 13 of the Bulls' 18 points. Scottie Pippen cuts it to a 2-point Knick lead.
Well, the Knicks want to contest every shot by the Bulls. That was the reason for them holding them to 43% the other day. Pippen had no hand in his face on that one.
Knicks staying with Starks and Rivers at the guard. Mason, Ewing, and Oakley up front. Mason gets inside, and he was hit by Scott Williams. Nice fake by Anthony Mason.
Scott Williams at 6'10". Didn't do much on that play, but Pippen can't deal with the strength of Mason. Takes a shot at it. Mason recovers with his strong hands and draws the foul. Williams came in late and didn't add much.
A superb performance by Anthony Mason on Sunday. 29 minutes, 5 of 6, 13 points. Did the job off the boards. Anthony Mason, the number 3 man in playoff field goal percentage, just under 60% from the field.
Actually, Anthony only had 2 rebounds the other day, Marv, but he has found now, as a more complete player, ways to always be valuable when he's on the floor. The numbers are very deceptive with his impact.
I was going to make that point. I said he did the job off the boards, but he kept the ball alive. Also able to box out to help other members of the team, and that often does not show up in the stat column. Nice move by Scott Williams. And the Knicks now lead by 1.
Scott Williams is a very key man for this Chicago team. People in New York don't know that much about him, but ask the coaching staff of the Bulls, and they say he's a key to this game for us in many ways.
Oakley, that time able to box out Scott Williams.
The reason for that impact that Williams has is he must be physical and add a presence to the boards. Cartwright will not last that long in the game. They need consistent physical play.
And Williams drew the foul. That's the second committed by
Remember that guy, man.
Scott Williams. Very active.
I wasn't really a big fan of Scott Williams. I don't know about that dude, but he did what he did what he had to do for the Bulls. You know what I mean? He won a few championships with him. I just wasn't a fan of Scott Williams. I don't know why. I didn't like him. I didn't like too many players from the Bulls anyway, but I didn't like him.
Scott Williams, a 71% free throw shooter. One-time Nick Trent Tucker getting set. Whoa! He will take it.
See those Adidas that Trent Tucker got on? Man, I used to have some of those. I love those Adidas. I love those Adidas, and if I ever find another pair, I'm getting some. You know, they come out with some, some things that look similar every once in a while, and if you get a chance to see them again, take a look at them. But I used to love those Adidas. And there goes the lifelong Knick, Herb Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Number 32 right there. The resident Knick, Herb Williams.
Defense for the Bulls against the Knicks. I said he's only in there 3 minutes. He said, but he did 3 or 4 things that sent him to the bench for the rest of the day. I mean, they watch those game tapes and they make severe judgments, boy.
I don't think it was a pleasant tape session for Will yesterday at practice. Rivers working hard and finishes it off. P.J. Armstrong couldn't believe it. Knicks 27, the Bulls 23. Michael Jordan now sitting down. So Tucker and Armstrong in the backcourt. Here's Williams getting inside. Good look by Scottie Pippen.
Pippen led this team in assists this season. That's what he didn't have going the other day. He only had 4, but he averages 8 during the regular season. And now, getting the ball, drawing attention, he has the great ability to look and find open people with his jumping ability. He literally jumps over the defenders and finds open people.
Armstrong called for the foul, and Rivers to the line with both clubs now over the foul limit. Doc is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Minute 32 to go in this first quarter. Game 2 of the best of 7. The series will pick up in Chicago next Saturday afternoon. That'll be game 3, game number 4 in Chicago next Monday afternoon.
The coaching staff has to be happy. Thus far, the Knicks only with 2 turnovers. They had 9 in the first quarter the other day.
Knicks with a 2-point lead. Tucker being played now by Rolando Blackman, who just checked in. And a technical foul has been called on Phil Jackson. Phil was unhappy about what he felt were some non-calls, and he's been working Bill Oates pretty good, and Oates called the technical.
Yes, Phil made a very clear one-on-one move against the official and had to draw that technical with his outward display.
Look at the form from Rolando Blackman. Crazy form.
Here's Greg Anthony for Doc Rivers. Doc leads with 7 points.
The only problem when you draw a technical like that early in the game, in a game of this magnitude and drama, it doesn't give Phil much room the rest of the way to explode. There's 2 and you're out of the game.
Pippen not able to hit, and the Bulls felt it should have been a goaltend on Herb Williams. Remember, Phil was ejected from a playoff game last year here at Madison Square Garden. Mason.
Now that's perfect rebounding. When the ball comes off the boards and hits the floor, that means no Knicks were allowed inside.
Knicks have a 2-point lead. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Armstrong played tightly by Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Tucker. Armstrong. Shot clock at 1.
Look at that defense. Suffocating defense, boy. Suffocating defense.
Both teams shooting the ball well. The Bulls at 56.
That's what the Knicks was. That's what they were. They were all about suffocating you on defense.
25 seconds to go in the quarter. 2-second differential with the shot clock. Six on the 24. And a 3-second violation against the Knicks. So the Bulls get it back with 5 1/10 second remaining in the quarter. Michael Jordan and John Paxson will come on. John Paxson had a rough game on Sunday. He's had an injury-hit year, played 20 minutes in game 1. Attempted only 1 shot, did not hit it. And had his difficulty when he was matched against John Starks. So the Bulls want the long-range shooters in. Final seconds of the quarter. Here's Jordan putting the move on Mason. Not able to hit from 3-point range. Good job by Mason, who blocked the vision of Michael Jordan. After 1, it's the Knicks 27. The Bulls.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks had a 2-point lead at the end of the first quarter. And, of course, everybody was excited. Me, I was, for the most part, sitting and watching this game with my brother and family and friends and things like that. So everybody was excited, and figuring, what, the Knicks thinking the Knicks about to go up 2-0. Home court advantage, up 2-0. How can you lose? We're going to skip this to about the middle of the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen, in interest of time. But I do want to say, Herb Williams was old then. Like, how old is Herb Williams? He was old then. Let's get back to the game.
They double up on Anthony. Starks had it knocked away by Paxson. And here comes Pippen giving it up. Michael Jordan.
Jordan takes flight
with some words for Greg Anthony. Now, it is certainly known that Michael Jordan is not a great fan of Greg Anthony. That goes back to Anthony getting in the scrap last year as a rookie with Michael Jordan. The game in Chicago. We'll be right back.
So then a scary moment. The Bulls go up by 5 with 6 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second quarter. And anytime the Bulls went up over the Knicks, I was nervous. I was scared, thinking, oh, my gosh, they're about to blow this thing out the building.
Game in Chicago, Greg Anthony's rookie season. Here's the play where Jordan did not appreciate the hard foul by Anthony. Threw the ball at Anthony, and that leads us to what took place here just a moment ago with Jordan able to stuff it home and then had some words for Greg Anthony.
Well, the unselfish play of Scottie Pippen giving that ball to Jordan for the dunk, and Jordan finishes with a little verbal
a lot of bad blood between the Knicks and the Bulls back in the day. A lot of bad blood. There was fights all over the place. Scuffles broke out. Not more than scuffles. I mean, there were crazy, wild fights between the Knicks and the Bulls back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Wild fights between those two back in the day. It was, and maybe we'll take a look at some of those, but those two teams, man, they didn't like each other at all. Starts with the steal.
From behind. And starts with the setup for Mason. Over to Smith. 6 minutes to go in this first half. Jordan able to return the favor.
The way Jordan handled the disappointing play of the Bulls and himself the other day was so gracious. It deflected from the fact is, and Michael has a lot of pressure on him. And he is playing his best tonight. And mentally, he's human. He's coming into this one wanting to give the Knicks the best of Michael Jordan. And so far, there are certainly signs of that. He's very competitive. No one is more competitive than this guy. And he turned the pages back on that incident, I would think, with Greg Anthony.
And the pressure on Jordan related to the fact that the last 4 or 5 meetings against the Knicks in particular here at the Garden, he has not shot well. Now, there have been some injuries involved also. Rivers for 3. Doc Rivers knocks down the three-pointer. He has 10. The Bulls lead it 39-37. Rodney McCray, in his first year as a member of the Bulls, has had a very disappointing season. He's on the floor for the first time. Did not play at all on Sunday.
I've got to believe we're going to see B.J. Armstrong soon. Paxson isn't adding much for the Bulls.
Right, he's got to hit the jump shot because he hurts them defensively at this point. Starks is now 0 for 3. So John Starks off with a slow start. And Starks again has played Jordan well. Bulls 39, the Knicks 37. Here's Scott Williams. Changed his mind, went to the fadeaway. Rebounded by Smith. Oh, Smith putting the elbow to the chin of Williams, who did not like it.
It appeared unnecessary.
Charles Smith, who took that shot at Scottie Pippen the other day that was not appreciated. And a foul is called. It's called on Stacey King.
Charles Oakley, very unhappy, flashed that ball to official Danny Crawford. Here's Smith after that rebound a moment ago, trying to free himself. Gave a little extra elbow in the direction of Williams.
One question, 2 guys.
Strong, as you mentioned, getting set to come out along with Bill Cartwright and Scottie Pippen. Patrick Ewing making his first appearance on the line, now has 9 points. Wholesale substituting by Phil Jackson. McCray with a cameo departs along with King.
This appears, Marv, to be the best lineup, as we were talking earlier, that the Bulls can put out in the court now. And again, it points to Williams and Cartwright combining with Pippen up front. Although Pippen's bringing the ball up court now, showing his versatility.
Best lineup because of the fact that Horace Grant is still not recovered from that sprained ankle, and he's sitting down now after picking up his 3rd foul. Here's Jordan getting inside and rejected by Ewing.
There we go. Good day doing it again.
Such a big play by Ewing. Not only for that, but for future plays as well.
Cartwright with the rebound.
It tells the Bulls that he's around.
Just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Game tied at 39. Again, Jordan will try to post up, feeling for Starks. And he's stopped by Starks. Oh, Michael Jordan now having his difficulties. Starks behind the back, looks to finish it off. Rebound Pippen, and he's held by Smith. You know John Starks in a one-on-one situation wanted to show that he could do it at both ends.
Well, Marv, it's good that the shot didn't go in, because had it gone in, the roof would have blown off Madison Square Garden. There's Michael feeling his way in, trying to get around Starks, and at the end of that move, Starks was right on him, contesting that shot. The move before that, Michael got by Starks, but there was Patrick Ewing, the essence of team defense and response by the big man.
.3:15 remaining first half. And a foul called on Blackman. Just came back in. The Knicks with their 4th team foul. So the Bulls get a new 24. It's been close throughout. A good shooting first quarter. The Knicks led 27-25. Not a good shooting second quarter. The game is tied at 39. Pippen is being guarded by Ewing.
Scottie, he wasn't trying to post up Ewing. He wasn't trying to take a move on Ewing. See, if I was Scottie at that point, and if it was today's NBA, he would have turned around and faced him up and then made a move on Ewing. Instead, he tried to pass it away. I'm glad he did.
First team to 100 tomorrow will win the game. We need more points.
Here's Blackman.
Rolando Blackman. And look, and listen, I don't know who it was. Somebody in the chat said something about Rolando Blackman and how he was a beast with the Mavericks. He was. When he was in his heyday, Rolando Blackman could ball. He could ball out. He was a shooting guard, man. He could ball out. He wasn't that with the Knicks, but he could ball out. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
Little dramatic
39-39.
Possibly dramatic. John Starks being pulled moments ago. He played defense on Jordan quite well. Jordan trying to back him and overpower him. He didn't succeed. Starks made a terrific play. Then he takes it down the other end. John goes off by himself, it appears now a bit. Dribbling the ball, not looking for teammates. And takes that shot with 15 left on the 24-second clock. Perhaps Pat Riley felt that John Starks forgot about the team play that he preached all season.
That was the give and take of John Starks, folks. That was the give and take of John Starks. You know, but hey, you had to live with it. You had to live with it. To get Jeff Van Gundy
To give the ball up.
Marv, no matter how well other players play for the Knicks, and everybody in the game the other day, all of the 8 players played well, it just seems to me that when Doc Rivers isn't on the floor, this team isn't moving as well as it can be and does. He is really, to me, at the peak of his NBA professional career these days and just performing so well.
Rivers on the floor right now with Blackman, Ewing, Mason, and Oakley. The Knicks have missed their last 4 shots. Chicago has missed on his last 5. Bulls go to the trap. They lead at 41-39. We're down to 2:45 remaining in the first half. You see the Knicks only 4 of 13 from the field. And Mason handling against the Chicago press.
Oakley did a nice job relieving the pressure. And there's Doc Rivers. He just came in for Starks.
Doc has 12 points. He's tied the game at 41. Michael Jordan has cooled off after the good start, and he drew the foul. Jordan complaining he felt that he got scratched again. He mentioned in playful fashion after the game on Sunday that, and he had, as you mentioned, only nice things to say about John Starks. He handled a tough day very well, but he said I did get scratched 3 times.
Now Oakley goes crazy on this response, and Patrick Ewing jumps in and deflects a possible technical foul by Charles's response.
All right, John Starks is back. Charles Oakley departing after collecting his 3rd foul. The Bulls take a 1-point lead. Jordan is 6 of 6 from the line, and he's gunning for his 20th point.
It's amazing how some people depicted Jordan as a goat, the goat of the game, and Jordan so graceful in his response to all of that.
Technical foul has been called. It's on Scott Williams. Well, apparently Scott, who has picked up more than his share of technicals throughout the season, had something to say and was hit with the tee.
Boy, it seemed to be private because I don't think anybody noticed except official Bill Oakes.
It was Oakes who laid the technical on Phil Jackson, and again the Knicks cannot take advantage. Blackman missed the technical earlier. Now Starks misses the tee. Apparently it's for the extracurricular action with Anthony Mason, a little shove.
Well, that's a tight call when you consider what happens under the basket game in and game out these days.
They have also had something to say to the official. Again, pressure. Rivers able to whip it by. Here's Starks putting the move on. The game is tied at 43.
Well, he blew by Michael Jordan.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first half. And the foul on Mason. Mason grabbing hold of Cartwright, not allowing Cartwright to cut along the baseline. So Cartwright will go to the line.
Moments ago, the last hoop for the Knicks. John Starks with the crossover dribble leaves Michael Jordan behind him.
Bill Cartwright, the one-time New York Knick, a 74% free throw shooter. Back in February, he was placed on the injured list. He missed 17 games with a sore back and sore knees. Here's Trent Tucker returning, and Scott Williams will sit down. A lot of shuffling being done here in the first half by Chicago Bulls coach Phil Jackson.
I want to see Darryl Walker, Marv.
All right. Take a look. He's right across the way to the right on the bench.
I want him on the floor. I mean, the guy is an ex-Knick and a spirited guy. He'd add something to the proceedings.
I thought we'd see him a bit more because of the pressing tactics. Mason handling against Pippen and met by Jordan, able to penetrate across the midcourt line.
He took on 2 of the best in the NBA in defense.
Rivers through the foul, hit by Jordan. That is the second foul committed by Michael Jordan.
Did Anthony agree with the coach? From our upper deck trading card camera, here's a display by the man who thinks he can be a point guard in the NBA. And not too many people will argue with him. He took on Pippen, then Jordan, and succeeded.
Rivers had missed his last 2 at the line. He's now 3 out of 5. Fast start offensively for Doc Rivers. 13 points in this first half. The Knicks 45, the Bulls 44. Marv Albert, John Andres, Al Troutwick, Walt Clyde Frazier from the Garden. Game 2 of the best of 7. Eastern Conference Final Series. Game 3 in Chicago coming up on Saturday afternoon. Game 4 next Monday afternoon. Knicks Knicks trying to make it 2-0 on the Bulls. Bulls hoping to tie the series at 1.
And Aunt G said the game is ugly. And listen, every game back in the day was ugly, especially with the Knicks. The Knicks just played ugly. You know, they wasn't going to score, you know, they wasn't going to drop 130 points on you. They just played ugly. That's how they got it done. Beautiful pass to Patrick Ewing. Ewing lays that one in. 47-46, Knicks up.
The chant of defense from this capacity crowd of the Garden.
You notice no picks for Jordan. He chooses to go one-on-one and do his thing. Nothing special is set up to help this guy who's impossible to guard one-on-one. The Knicks are being very selective with their double teams.
Hey, Dust Taker, you're right about that. Alonzo Mourning would have fit right in with the New York Knicks. Just so happened that him and Patrick Ewing, you know, the big brother, little brother syndrome were rivals, and Ewing used to eat Alonzo Mourning's food to dunk on him. I would love it, but Zoe was a beast though, and he would have fit well with the Knicks, especially during this era.
John Starks down low. John does a good job, makes Michael go outside, then he'll fake right, go left, fade back, and he's got a clear view.
Michael Jordan with 23 points. 23 of the Bulls, 47. He's taken 15 of the 32 Chicago shots. He's 7 of 15 from the floor and 8 for 8 from the foul line.
This game will be a tremendous test for him more than anyone on the floor, really, of his physical strength. He has to carry this team. He's the focal point. Pippen is terrific. He's done a good job, but this is the man. Patrick Ewing has a lot more help than Jordan does.
Chicago leads by 1, and again they go to pressure. Mason could not find anyone. They double up on Starks, and it was deflected out by the Bulls.
Big factor, though, for Jordan and both teams, really, is that they're going to be off now. The next game will not take place until Saturday. Lots of rest.
40 seconds left in the half. The discussion concerning how much room Mason will have in inbounding. Shot in the nose, and Bill Oates indicating a technical foul on Anthony Mason.
Well, he dazzles, absolutely dazzles.
What's the tech for? And see, in today's NBA, he wouldn't even have been challenged. Guys would have stepped to the side. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cartwright, he challenged him no matter what. But a lot of times today, it wouldn't have been challenged.
Here's the crossover move. And Mason throws a little elbow. I don't know if that was the reason for the technical, or perhaps he had something to say. We have not received an explanation, but the technical foul was called on.
Rest in peace, Anthony Mason, though, man. Rest in peace. And I love that New York sign parted in his head. I used to love that. That was such a beautiful thing, man.
Now Cartwright sitting down. 34 seconds remaining in the first half. Bulls by 1. The Knicks and the Bulls are tied at 49. Anthony has come on. Doc Rivers now guarding Michael Jordan. Anthony on Armstrong. That was a forced shot by Jordan. Knicks will hold for a final shot. 10 seconds in the half.
Anthony's got to advance the ball, which he doesn't do on that play.
Rivers on the recovery. So halftime here at the Garden, and the Knicks Knicks and the Bulls in game 2 of this best of 7 are tied at 49. Michael Jordan with 25 points on 7 of 16 from the field. We'll be back with our...
And ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks and the Bulls, as you just saw, were tied at 49 points. They were tied at 49 points. And the story of the game, of course, was Michael Jordan having 25. John Starks, who lit it up in game 1, especially in the fourth quarter, only had 2 points. Only had 2 points. And you needed John Starks. You knew that you were going to need John Starks to get hot. And if John Starks didn't get hot, the Knicks could have been in trouble. So you definitely knew that you needed John Starks. And, he stepped up in the second half. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the second half of this game, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to join it as they're talking about halftime, and then we'll get into the remainder of the game. Let's get it. Right now they're talking about Doc Rivers.
So Rivers also has been a plum with the bum.
Now a bittersweet moment for John.
He's them in hooting, this time with the provocative stuff.
And then there's Scottie Pippen, who already has more rebounds than he did in the entire game 1. This is a beautiful follow.
Some people think Pippen is slipping, but he's tipping here with the good stuff. So Scottie having an outstanding series.
Well, Clyde, we'll see what happens in the second half. Time permitting, we'll hear from Walt Frazier in our post-game coverage. 49-all at the Garden. Marvin John in the second half when we come back on MSG.
Actually, I'm going to fast forward this just a little bit more.
And he's doing what he intended to do, although he probably feels he's not shooting very well at that 7 out of 16 from the field, but he's certainly drawing fouls.
Make sure you smash that like button for me, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Let me say that where you guys can hear it. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. All right, ring that notification bell. You'll be notified anytime I go live, drop a video, or post in my community section. You want good content? We're going to bring you good content here on Nothing But Knicks. So make sure you subscribe so you know when that content comes out. Let's go. Bulls up 51-49, the beginning of the third quarter. Let's get it.
49-all first half. The first team to 100 just might win this game.
Here's Starks. Ewing with the tip. Patrick Ewing has 14 points, and he's tied the game at 51. Pippen with a nice fake.
Ewing gathering himself. He fell down on that play. Looked at the official. Got no sympathy. And Knicks wait for him to come down. Wisely do that.
Shot clock at 5. Smith. Ewing just did beat the 24. Both teams have played excellent defense. Shots are very hard to come by, as you may have noticed. Rivers on the recovery. Look out. Grant went flying.
Good team defense, Marv, means everybody plays tough defense on a team. And both these teams play excellent defense, which means they all are working at it.
And Oakley gets inside to give the Knicks a 53-51 lead. 7 points for Oakley.
Well, he used to beat up on Horace Grant, who played behind him in Chicago when they were teammates, and he seems to be continuing that tonight.
Grant turning around to shoot the jump shot. 7th rebound for Ewing. Ewing and Oakley each with 7. Rivers for 3. Yes.
And that's a rare play when Doc Rivers will come down and pop away as he comes over half court. That ball hardly touched the rim. Touched the net, rather.
And the Knicks go up early in the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. They go up early in the third quarter. And we're going to fast forward just a little bit in the interest of time. enjoying the game in progress as the Knicks continue to try to surprise the Bulls and go up 2-0 at home at Madison Square Garden.
What a play by Charles Oakley, his 10th rebound. Knicks on every loose ball. They have out-hustled the Bulls to this point. Shot clock at 5. Nice pass. Ewing finding Oakley. The Knicks open up at 11-point lead, and the Bulls will talk it over.
There's an unhappy coach. There's no defense for him. 11-point lead now enjoyed by the Knicks. A lot of it due to our information from Dutch Boy in the paint. Those are rebounding numbers from the other day, but their scoring in this game is very high for the Knicks, and those rebounds are what the total was for the Knicks the other day, 28-48 in favor of the Knicks. They're killing the Bulls again on the boards. What a play by Charles Oakley, saving that ball headed for the out-of-bounds area. Doc Rivers holding that ball, setting things up, waiting to move. He's got Jordan in front of him, a little delayed pick from Ewing. And Patrick Ewing, after some movement, finds Charles Oakley.
Again, the passing from Patrick Ewing, ladies and gentlemen, the passing.
19-6 run by the Knicks. Anthony Mason is back on the floor. Rivers got a piece of it, and Mason was able to gobble it up. Knicks by 11, their biggest lead of the night. 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the third. Knicks trying to make it 2-0 in this best of 7. The Bulls want to go back to Chicago, tied at 1. Starks for 3. Yes! Well, John Starks is heating up, and the Knicks now lead 71-57. But the story here has been the Knicks defensive play. They have not allowed the Bulls good shots. Rivers called for the reach-in. And Michael Jordan is having about as much trouble as I have ever seen him have in terms of finding decent shot opportunities.
He's getting no room either, Marv. That's the story. John Starks, after one field goal in the first half, is coming on strong now. And boy, that's really going to deflate the Bulls if this continues.
Now Doc Rivers doing the job at Jordan. He has not allowed any good shots. Pippen was fouled. Mason called for his third, and Pippen will go to the line. Scottie Pippen is 3 out of 4 from the line. A technical foul has just been handed out. And double technical. Bill Cartwright and Charles Oakley both had a bit too much to say, and again it was Bill Oakes.
Well, he's the man. He's the man you got to avoid. I mean, you got to give Bill Oakes some special attention if you're a player, because he has indicated tonight he will have no patience with any kind of verbal responses. And that is Bill Oakes.
Here's Stacey King for Bill Cartwright, who once again has not done the job.
Bill with 2 rebounds and 1 field goal in the game.
And Pippen misses on both. So the Knicks with a hot shooting here in the third as opposed to the Bulls with just under 3 minutes left. Third quarter. And the Knicks lead by 14. Starks. And Jordan looks to run. Knicks able to get back. Paxson spots up for 3. Grant pops it out. Jordan for 3. And back come the Knicks. It's a 3-on-2. Oakley misjudged on that pass. And King able to come up with it. Here's Pippen. It's the style the Bulls would love to play. Pippen hits and a foul. Ewing called for the foul, and Pippen will go to the line. The first time tonight that the Bulls have actually been able to run the floor on consecutive sequences.
Well, Ewing was there, so Pippen decided not to take him on, but he gave him the head fake. Did a beautiful job getting it up. Ewing goes for that fake and looks at Pippen with a lot of disdain, like, how could you make that shot? But Patrick left his feet, and he shouldn't have done that. He should just position himself, put the hands up, but he bought that fake of Pippen.
Foul on Ewing, his third. Now Paxson takes the seat. Scott Williams is back. Pippen missed his last two, make it his last three. Scottie Pippen is not a good free throw shooter. And tonight, 3 of 7 from the line. Knicks 71, the Bulls 59. Bulls have had their problems at the line.
My favorite shot from Patrick Ewing, that post fadeaway. It's my favorite shot, man.
Ewing tuning in, tuning out on offense. He's always there on defense. The Bulls depending on 2 people exclusively, and there's one of them, Scottie Pippen. It's a beautiful move.
Pippen has 15. Greg Anthony has checked back in. Anthony and Starks in the backcourt. Ewing, Oakley, and Mason up front.
Tough for Greg to get anywhere, though. He dribbles the ball a lot. He's not losing it, but he's not getting anywhere with it.
Starks for Ewing. And it's a 24-second violation because Ewing did not hit the rim.
But the bubble gum popped out of his mouth, and he juggled it until he caught it, and it didn't hit the floor and went back in his mouth. And that's important, too, Marv.
Played the deflection just perfectly, didn't he? Pat Riley takes a timeout.
A 73-61, 126 left in the third quarter. Knicks are happy to announce that Game 4 on Monday in Chicago will be followed by a post-game show, a special playoff edition following our sports desk, usual sports desk.
That is if the Knicks should be up 3 games to nothing, which may be a very optimistic way of looking at things. Michael Jordan able to hit, and he was fouled.
As usual, the Bulls, when they are desperate, continue to go to Michael Jordan, who executes a spectacular move successfully and draws the foul.
That dude, man. That dude.
And he'll sit down. Charles Smith will check in. Here's Orlando Blackman for Greg Anthony. So Blackman and Starks in the backcourt now. 1:11 to go in the third, and the Knicks with a 10-point lead.
What is going on with the foul shooting by the superstars of the Chicago Bulls? Pippen unsuccessful, now Jordan missing one.
Knicks now lead by 10. Bulls have missed the last 4 free throws.
Man, Mace with the 2.
5. George Nealon picked it off. Shot clock at 2. Starks. Oh, what a shot! He just beat the 24 with Jordan.
It's a big one right there.
The Knicks by 13. 40 seconds left in the third. Scott Williams not able to connect on that post-up move.
Well, Michael Jordan said it the other day after John Starks' performance. He's turned his cockiness into confidence. And it's pouring forth now for John once again.
You know what I sense also? Michael Jordan losing confidence in his teammates. Smith. As much as Jordan dominated the offense early, he did pull back. But I could just sense from seeing so much of Jordan these past few years, he's giving the ball up, and the rest of the Bulls are not doing it, and he's getting down, which will mean that we will see him completely dominate the fourth quarter. That, I think in his mind, is the only shot the Bulls will have right here. 7 seconds left in the third. The only other Bull, as you mentioned, who has been respectable, Scottie Pippen has actually played well. He's at 7 of 10, 17 points. Bill Jackson with substitutions now. Tucker, Paxson, Armstrong come on for the last second shot opportunity.
I don't know when I've seen a less than spectacular front line of the Bulls, but still they're formidable and have had many terrific moments over their 2 championship seasons. But the front line is invisible tonight. Name a guy. Stacey King sitting there on the right, nothing much. Horace Grant, nothing. Bill Cartwright, invisible. The nickname is sadly picked up here in New York on occasion, but none of the front line is really having a good evening tonight at all. But we do have another quarter left.
Knicks lead by 14, 7 seconds remaining in the third. Jordan puts the move on Anthony and goes all the way. The tip missed by Pippen.
And the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen,
77, and the Bulls 63.
take a 13-point lead into the fourth quarter. And the Garden was electric. Everything was electric. And I can remember watching this game, and, you know, I had so much energy flowing through my body, it was crazy. Because I couldn't believe that the Knicks were in this position with a chance to go up 2-0 over the Chicago Bulls. You know, the mighty, mighty Chicago Bulls. But anyway, let's join the game in progress in the fourth quarter. All right, and Patrick Ewing just scored. And he's on the free throw line. About halfway through the fourth quarter here, ladies and gentlemen.
As Michael Jordan landed in his lap.
As you hear the MVP chants for Patrick Ewing. Too bad my man never won one.
Made contact.
I'm sure it'll show up in a column in coming days.
A discontinue is called. Oh, Pippen is upset. Oh, that's a technical. He's been thrown out. He threw the ball hard at Bill Oakes, and he's been ejected. Oh, now Jordan chasing Oakes. Phil Jackson could get hit with a second. Scottie Pippen has been tossed. Oh, that's an enormous move. And now Pippen is being kept away by his teammates.
That's going to be debated, Marv, over and over again. I feel that Bill Oakes has a very short fuse, and yet you can defend the fact that he was embarrassed by Pippen. He was. But he still has a short fuse, and I don't know if you do that in a game like this. There's going to be a lot said about that. That's really costly.
Well, he's had the quick trigger right throughout. He has handed out a number of technical fouls. Meanwhile, Starks missed the technical. The Knicks have missed on 3 technical foul shots. And as the Knicks inbound, Joe Crawford blows the whistle. And the officials trying to straighten things out. Scottie Pippen has been ejected. Leads with 17 points. Joe Crawford is pointing to the clock. Apparently the substitutions were not properly announced. Now all is official. So the Knicks with a big break. Apparently there were 6 players on the court. That's why they had to straighten things out. 6 players momentarily. Here's Ewing. Loose ball foul. It's called on the Knicks. Mason picks it up. It's so unusual to see a Knick opposition player go off as Scottie Pippen did. Usually that is something that the Knicks are guilty of. As Michael Jordan is able to hit. And the Knicks now lead 83-73.
Pippen was arguing the call, the infraction that was called against him for mishandling the ball, and unfortunately for him, official Bill Oakes was right near him when he flipped the ball at him and got Oakes off balance and had the effect of embarrassing the official.
First he threatened, motioned as if he were going to throw the ball hard, and then he did. Starks, strong move who was fouled. And a timeout has been called by the Bulls with 6:40 to go, fourth quarter. A moment ago we saw Scottie Pippen ejected. Not the first time that he's been tossed out in a playoff game against the Knicks back in '89 in a playoff battle in the Eastern semifinals. Scottie Pippen got involved in a fight with one-time Knick Kenny Walker, and they both were tossed. Scottie with a little left hand. Walker tried to come back with a left, and both thrown out. Darryl Garrettson in the midst of that one.
Well, our staff came prepared for a little Scottie Pippen extracurricular activities tonight. Scottie out of the game now because of his response to the official upon getting a call that he didn't like. The Bulls now down by 10, 6:40 left. More pressure on Michael Jordan.
In all, 6 technical fouls have been called tonight. The Bulls hit with 4. Phil Jackson, Scott Williams, Bill Cartwright, Scottie Pippen, the technical and the ejection. And the Knicks assess 2. Oakley and Mason called for tees.
Well, this is the exact score with approximately this time left in the game that the Knicks and Bulls were at on Sunday.
Knicks now lead 84-73. Time remaining 6 minutes and 40 seconds. John Starks hitting double figures. He now has 10 after the slow start.
And as fans remember, John had his 4 3-point shots in the fourth quarter. So there's lots to follow here with only 6:35 left to go.
Will Perdue is up front now with Scott Williams and Horace Grant. Michael Jordan, B.J. Armstrong in the backcourt. Scottie Pippen is through for the game. Here's Jordan. Deflected out by the Knicks as Doc Rivers lands in front of Knicks trainer Mike Saunders. Jordan is now 11 for 25, 33 points in all, but has not had a good one. In the second half, he has been stifled. Jordan changed his mind, and Rivers right there. Oh, Rivers comes up lame. He's hurt. He pulled something. He looked to be having a knee problem just moments ago, and he had a call for the timeout.
After another terrific defensive play.
My man had the starter shirt. People was rocking starter back in the day. They kind of try to make a little comeback. See Jordan try to skip that pass over to B.J. Armstrong, and Doc Rivers gets the steal. It looks like Doc caught a cramp. And he'll afford to have Doc Rivers catch a cramp.
Check him out. Greg Anthony replacing Doc Rivers. And we're told it is a leg cramp. If that's the case, that's very good news for the Knicks. He had similar leg cramps in the series against the Charlotte Hornets. 6 on the shot clock. Ewing. Jordan with the save. Bulls still very much alive. But it down by 11 with 5:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. What a look from Jordan, and Williams was fouled.
Williams did a Charles Oakley. He went for the defensive man instead of going up for the shot. Meanwhile, Greg Anthony looms very large for the Knicks now in this part of the game. He's got the job unless Rivers can shake that off. There's the pass inside. Williams concentrating on Mason as he goes up and draws the foul.
Mason was called for his 5th. Scott Williams now 3 out of 5 from the line. Rivers trying to work through the leg cramps. The Knicks now lead 84-75.
And you can see TV was finally starting to get a little bit clearer, man. If you looked at some of those games we watched earlier, they was blurry. Everybody looked like pixelated figures. Starting to get clearer and clearer, even though it's 1993.
The shot, he doubled up on Ewing. That time Patrick Ewing did not throw it out. He was double and triple teamed. Jordan beats Starks off the dribble. And a foul is called. Will Purdue hit from behind.
Finally, a presence on the offensive boards. Purdue and Williams combining to create some havoc.
Anthony Mason with his 6th. So Mason leaves 8 points, 7 rebounds. Charles Smith returns. That a non-shooting foul. The Bulls over the limit.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to that channel and ring the notification bell. Smash that like button for me. Smash the like button. And don't forget, tomorrow night, 10:30, keep him a dump on Frank Ntilikina. Join me.
And the Bulls are within 7.
Their big men are taking over now. The Knicks need a new life on the boards from their front line.
Purdue jumps out. Try to trap Anthony. Again, the double on Ewing. Oakley is fouled. Oakley will go to the line. Foul on Williams, number 6, although Grant raising his hand trying to get the call on him because he has only 3. Scott Williams fouling out. 12 points, 7 rebounds.
Phil Jackson figuring out who gets the call now. Got to be Stacey King. But what about Bill Cartwright?
That's the decision that he's mulling. Well, he's going small with John Paxson. He's going to go 3 guards. It turns out a guy who has been deactivated actually on the injured list with a phantom injury would have helped in this series. Ed Neely, who they made the decision with Darryl Walker and Rodney McCray healthy to go with Walker, but McCray has given them nothing. And a guy like Neely can create havoc off the boards, but
Phil Jackson will leave himself open to a lot of criticism because John Paxson hasn't shown he has the touch at all, and the rebounding by the Bulls front line has been formidable, and now they are going with 2 big men instead of 3.
Knicks 86, the Bulls 77. Well, he's hoping that if one of the other guards will be able to catch fire, that'll force Pat Riley into making a move.
He's doing a good job keeping Jordan out by half court, knocking time away.
But Jordan is in first rate, and he is walloped by Anthony, and that should be a flagrant. Yes, it is.
And you already know, they said it earlier, Jordan and Anthony had beef. Beef.
You know, this is an answer to the fact that I think that people in the league office were upset last year that John Starks was not ejected for the flagrant foul on Scottie Pippen, and they feel they should have made that move. And there's no hesitation right here. Now, normally it would be a flagrant foul, but that's a major move to throw Anthony
Look
out.
how high Anthony goes in the air.
Well, that's a bad foul. There's no question
Hard
about
to say. He was looking to play the ball because he was so far behind Jordan.
He was looking to hurt Michael Jordan. That was not playing the ball. But I don't know whether you throw the guy out. I mean, that was an obvious attempt to injure.
Behind. That's a no-win situation for
I definitely don't think that was an ejection. Technical foul, okay. Not an ejection. I don't think it was. But hey.
Is all right. He's back after departing because of the leg cramps. Purdue rebounded by Ewing.
Meanwhile, Doc Rivers, limping off the court moments ago, is feeling it again.
I think he's struggling too. Knicks lead 86-78.
Yes, he is limping slightly.
Well, the other option is Hubert Davis, who has not played at all. Last touch by the Knicks. And the Bulls take a timeout with 3:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Knicks lead by 8.
Remember when you're having good times.
And I know, man, watching it, I could feel it. I was excited, jumping around. I don't, you know, it wasn't this game. When we watched the Knicks and the Pacers, one of them games, man, I had the cops called on me because I was so loud. But these games is just too intense. As you see, again, they show Greg Anthony with his hard foul on Michael Jordan. You see out the game, Pippen ejected, Williams fouled out, Anthony ejected, Mason fouled out. These days, man, that was these days. That's what it was like.
3:41 remaining fourth quarter. The Knicks 86, the Bulls 78. Phil Jackson going with only two big men, Purdue, along with Grant and the three guards. Shot clock at 6. They denied Jordan the ball. Armstrong got it off. He hits and the foul. An enormous shot by B.J. Armstrong. Rivers called for the foul, his second, and Armstrong will go to the line.
Certainly looked like he shuffled his feet many times with the many fakes that he presented to Doc Rivers. But he's able to get that shot up and in at a most dramatic time, as you say, Mark.
86% free throw shooter on the line for the first time. 3-point play. The Knicks now lead 86-81. Going with a hobblling Doc Rivers. The Bulls with a 10-3 run. Starks looking for the screen. Smith stripped by Jordan.
Amazing play by Jordan, who was solidly behind Charles and still stole it.
Here is Jordan. The Bulls are within 3, and the Knicks call for time with 2:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. 12-3 run for Chicago, and it is now.
There's no quitting the Chicago Bulls, man. No quitting either one of these teams. Neither one of these teams quit. They fought to the very end no matter what.
B.J. Armstrong going one-on-one, fakes and fakes and fakes, and finally gets a shot up and in. And that began what became a three-point play. Now, Charles Smith at 6'10", taking Jordan down low, backing him in. How does Jordan steal the ball?
He steals it because Charles Smith was soft, man. He didn't fit with this group. He was too soft. He didn't fit. Still makes me mad till today.
Almost 5 minutes on this fourth. 2:35 remaining. Ewing, yes, and it counts. A big bucket for Patrick Ewing, who was fouled by Will Purdue.
Oh, the timing of this pass and the delivery by Starks is so on target. That's a function of guys playing together so long now, and Starks and Ewing really have it together on this side of the court.
At Ralph on Real, I definitely had Upper Deck basketball cards. I used to collect basketball cards back in these days.
Bulls have 2 and a 20. Bulls remaining with the small lineup. They go with 3 guards. Starks continues to do a job against Jordan. They deny him the ball. Now Jordan gets to it. 5 on the 24. Jordan. Oh, what a pass. And Grant threw it out. Paxson for 3. John Paxson hits from downtown. It's a 3-point Knick lead.
How smart does Phil Jackson feel now? Paxson coming through.
Just under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Ewing, another jump shot for Patrick Ewing. The Knicks 91.
That's double fleet,
The Bulls 86. Ewing has 26. 1:45 remaining in the fourth. Here's Jordan finding Purdue, rejected by Ewing.
Big moments in the career of Patrick Ewing.
Again, Smith coughed it up, and a foul is called on Rivers. Charles Smith very unsure with the basketball. Not the man that you want handling the ball against the Bulls when in desperation they are looking to script.
C-Mac, you funny. You real funny. You funny, C-Mac. You crazy.
Making him give it up. And Will Perdue, a 7-footer, is sent home unhappy by that block by Ewing. And Charles Smith with the ball. Wrestled free by Michael Jordan.
John Paxson to the line. He is an 85% free throw shooter, but did not go to the line much during the regular season. Now Perdue is replaced by Cartwright. The Knicks lead is now 4. Charles Smith will sit down. Rolando Blackman will come on. The Knicks led by as many as 14.
I'll tell you, Marv, it'll be tough for Perdue to get time anymore in this series. He's let the Bulls down now for 2 straight games.
The Knicks lead is 3. Patrick Ewing with a couple of huge field goals. A 3-point play on the jump shot a moment ago. They double up on Ewing. And the pass saved by Rivers. Recovered by Oakley. Here's Ewing. And oh, look out. Cartwright submarined and hurt. Bill Cartwright accidentally taken down by Oakley. They were both going for the ball. Looked like Bill landed on his shoulder. And the Bulls trainer Chip Schaefer out to take a look. And apparently he's all right. What a spill.
Well, Bill Cartwright now going up in the air to play some defense.
Whoa.
Undercut by Charles Oakley. Big man of that size, shaken up greatly on a play like that.
Ace of Spades, you're exactly right, man. X-Man fit in perfectly. I mean, he exemplified that toughness, man.
He's one of these players, similar to his coach Phil Jackson, who would hurt his own teammates during practice sessions because of his awkward moves. He would get in the way of people and has, over the years, caused a number of injuries. And this time he's okay.
I remember the Knicks pitching game against Houston a couple of years ago. Bill clobbered Olajuwon, kept him out for a long time.
Cartwright all right to go to the line. Well, Bill Cartwright, throughout most of his career, was a solid free throw shooter, but in recent years has had problems at the line because he has not gone to the line that much. He's 1 for 3 tonight and misses both. Crucial free throws missed by Cartwright, and the Knicks lead remains at 3. We're down to 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Starks.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
What a move by
There it is. And we got to look at that one more time, folks. We got to see it one more time.
And the Knicks lead remains at 3. We're down to 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Starks.
You got to see you got to hear the call. I'm sorry. You got to hear the call. Let's see it one more time. Got to continue to look at the replay, ladies and gentlemen. That was a magical moment. Here you go, John Starks. He turns the corner. Horace Grant, Michael Jordan. You already know. One more time. Yeah. Nothing else mattered after that. There's no doubt about it. Nothing else mattered after that. The game was over. The game was done after that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see it one more time. To the baseline, over Jordan and Horace Grant.
Excellent job defensively when matched against Michael Jordan. Only 1 for 5 from the field in the first half. He now has 12 points.
And you're going to get a chance to see these replays again, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get a chance to see these replays again. So just watch, because they're coming.
He's looking around. He gets picked off. No help comes, and Starks goes. Oh, so big. And look who was at the top. None other than Michael Jordan. And he couldn't do anything about it. What a spectacular move. That's as Jordan-like, Marv, as any other player in the NBA can get.
John Starks started slowly, did not have a productive first half offensively, although he continues to do an excellent job defensively when matched against Michael Jordan. Only 1 for 5 from the field in the first half. He now has 12 points. He has hit 4 of his last 6.
How about Michael Jordan in his gracious response the other day to questions about John Starks after the game, saying, I didn't follow him in the
Trey, you
CBA.
bugging, man. Jordan was there too. Don't. You must be an old Chicago Bulls fan. Don't try to fake it. Jordan got dunked on too.
So we're down to 47 and 3/10 of a second. When we resume, it will be Chicago ball, and they are down by 5. This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA. Crowd reacting to the replay that is shown above on Garden Vision. Chicago Bulls players looking up. They were not as tantalized by watching it as this crowd of 19,000.
Hey, Ralph, you know what? You said barely there. You're probably right. He was barely there, but it's enough for me. It's enough for me. I don't care. He jumped. It's enough. He got put on the poster. As long as his face was on that poster, it's enough for me.
Jordan wants it himself now.
Starks took it away. Starks stepped out of bounds. But another brilliant play by John Starks, who in the second half has once again outplayed Michael Jordan.
What effort, what a play. Not only does he do it at the offensive end, but Starks now comes down and faces Michael himself.
Here's Jordan for 3. Rebounded by Jordan. Jordan missed on the drive, and a foul called by Joe Crawford against the Knicks. It's called on Rivers. Both teams are over the limit. So the Bulls will go to the line. And what hurts about that foul is the clock is stopped, gives the Bulls an opportunity to trim that lead down to 3. But again, it's Cartwright, who missed 2 just a moment ago. The Knicks 93, the Bulls 89.
Bulls will be forced into a fouling situation now with the clock down so low.
So Cartwright hits on both. The Knicks with a 3-point lead. Off the pressure, the pass is thrown away.
Pat Riley's got to be kicking himself now, allowing Charles Oakley to handle the ball.
And Rolando Blackman was shaken up, diving for that ball, but it goes back to Chicago. The Bulls have 1 timeout left. The Knicks have 2 remaining. 23 seconds to go. Chicago trailing by 3. And here's Jordan going for the 2 points. Cartwright. That could have been a 3-point opportunity. Rivers called for the foul. Is 4th, and Cartwright will go to the line.
But despite Michael Jordan's difficulty in field goal percentage shooting, he's still able to penetrate time and again and get his teammates good shots in close.
Correction, that was number 5 on Rivers. Cartwright 3 of 6 from the line. So Bill Cartwright, who missed 2 important free throws earlier, now has hit 3 in a row. The Knicks 93 and the Bulls 91. 15 and 3/10 seconds remaining. 4th quarter. Rebounded by Oakley. And a foul call.
That could be a break for the Bulls.
Horace Grant called for the foul. Yes, you look at the Knicks squad on the floor right now, and if you were to choose who you would like to foul, it would be Charles Oakley.
And without seconds ticking off the clock, if he wasn't fouled, that wasn't an intentional foul, but I'm sure Phil Jackson ordered it in his very deep psychological thinking.
Charles, though, has improved his free throw shooting. He's 3 for 4 today, 72% during the regular season. Down to 12 and 7/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
How ironic. Charles Oakley and Bill Cartwright, both of whom were traded by the respective teams here tonight, are here at the finish determining the outcome.
And the Knicks now lead by 3.
Been a 5-year spell for both players on each team.
What foul shooting by Charles Oakley. The Knicks 95 and the Bulls 91. Chicago takes a timeout.
7-10 seconds left. The Knicks would like to see a lot fewer seconds because this thing is taking a long time to wind down. But Charles Oakley in a pressure-packed moment now, and he would be the man the Bulls would select to go to the line. Find success on shot number 1. Charles getting a lot of bench support as well on that shot. Phil Jackson doing his best with his staring, but it didn't work as Charles canned 2 for 2 and giving the Knicks a little more breathing room, but it's never enough with Superman on the court wearing number 23.
And the 2-time defending champion Chicago Bulls now in a desperate situation with 12 and 7/10 seconds remaining fourth quarter. They do not have any timeouts left. Purdue pops it in. Here's Jordan for 3. Rebound Oakley, and he is fouled. Charles Oakley with, I would have to say, for a rare time skying for that rebound. He went up against Purdue. Not that Will Purdue is a leaper, but you don't see Charles usually get his rebounds by jumping.
Yes, those hands up, it looked like around the rim, and as we know, most rebounding is done below the rim, particularly by Charles. But you're right, Marv, he was up there.
Michael Jordan's number is 12 for 31. Well, he faced the Heat in the Chicago media, which is incredible. But he took a pounding. Can you imagine what he will be reading tomorrow?
Well, he was so gracious here the other day, and one of the writers out there, one of the more aggressive guys, referred to Michael now becoming a good loser, which is unbelievable.
And this series is far from over. The Knicks now lead 96-91. Final seconds. Here's Jordan for 3. Oh, an air ball. Perhaps a symbolic ending for the Bulls. The Knicks have made it 2 out of 2 against the Chicago Bulls. A 96-91 victory. Game 3 in Chicago on Saturday afternoon. Another dramatic win by the New York Knicks. And John?
And ladies and gentlemen, there you had it. The New York Knicks defeated the Chicago Bulls in Game 2 to go up 2-0 over the Bulls. They went up 2-0 over the Bulls in this series and almost pulled off the unbelievable for a Knicks fan. Almost pulled off the unbelievable. Didn't get it done, but it was close. It was close. But hey, I enjoyed my time with you guys, man. I think the next time I'm going to try to open it up so people can call in and, during some of the breaks. So the next one I'll probably do next Sunday. I got a week lined up of shows to do. We're going to talk about Frank Ntilikina on Monday. Then we're going to look at some more draft prospects. Then we're going to talk about another player on the following day. So, we got a whole lineup of stuff. Pay attention, look at your notifications so you can see when they get scheduled, and make sure you go in there and set your reminders. All right, and do me a favor, man. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to the channel. All right, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell so you'll be notified when I go live, drop a video, and all that good stuff. All right, so make sure you do that right now, ladies and gentlemen. Do that right now. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you'll be notified when I go live. Okay, here is the link for tomorrow night's debate on Frank Ntilikina. Do we keep him or do we dump him? All right, so make sure that you set your reminders for that, okay? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was a great game, a great series. Knicks couldn't pull it out. Of course, they go on to lose the series to the Bulls. The Bulls win another championship. But in 1994, the Knicks finally pulled it out against the Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. Michael Jordan wasn't there, but they finally pulled it out. But I thank you guys for looking back with me. All right? Thank you guys for looking back with me. And I will catch you tomorrow night. So make sure that you have set your notifications for tomorrow night. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Starks. Yes! What a move by Starks, who was able to sky to the basket. The Bulls call for time. Here it is.
B.J. Armstrong expects help now. He's looking around. He gets picked off. No help comes, and Starks goes. Oh, so big. And look who was at the top. None other than Michael Jordan. And he couldn't do anything about it. What a spectacular move. That's as Jordan-like, Marv, as any other player in the NBA can get.
John Starks started slowly, did not have a productive first half offensively, although he continues to do an excellent job defensively when matched against Michael Jordan. Only 1 for 5 from the field in the first half. He now has 12 points. He has hit 4.